Hello everyone and welcome to this video. As you can see, I have got a GT Omega Racing steering wheel stand for my G27 because, well, for several reasons. Number one, it will be a lot more practical because it will already be set up. I just need to drag it into place. Number two is, well, I won't need to set my G27 up because it will be already set up, but that's also number one. It will also probably be easier to store because all I'll need to do is just fold it up. And there's other reasons that I can't think of at the moment, so let's get into the unboxing of it. So if I just... Now we're in frame, so let's get on to the unboxing. Then I need to drag it out like that. So here is the wheel stand itself. Let's get it out of its packaging. Right, there's that undone. And now I've got 4 GT Omega Racing stickers, which I don't think I'll put on because I'm not really one for stickers. But yeah, it's made by GT Omega, in case you wondered. And here is my wheel stand gear mount 1, which I will unbox right now for you. So this is wheel shifter mount number 1. Which is simply, well, the shifter mount version 1, which I'll get into. Before I assemble it, I am going to give it like a rub down because I am noticing a few bits of what look like rust marks, but it's not from the actual product itself. It's probably from something it was leaning up against while it was in the warehouse. And this is wheel stand gear mount version 2. Which is oh, it's help if I use the pen knife the correct way. Which, if you haven't already guessed by its name, is the second version of the shift mount. This is number 1, this is number 2. I got them both because I don't know which one I would prefer. So I thought I'd just pick them both up. And this is number 2 shift mount. I'm not sure how it attaches. Oh, there's all my nuts and bolts and stuff. So yeah, I'll just put that to the side here. And in here is 17X14S6CM. I honestly don't know. That's just the product number or product code, whatever. I'm not actually sure what is in here. I'm guessing like screws and stuff. And in here we have, oh, little attachments and feet and stuff. Now I'm going to go and give it a wipe down because, like I said, it looks like there's bits of rust on it. Once again, not rust from the product, just rust from whatever it was leaning up against in the warehouse. After checking the box, I can say it doesn't look like there's any instructions for it. So that means, looks like it will be trial and error, which I'm perfectly fine with, as I've always been fairly good at seeing how things go together. So this is the wheel stand bit. And then you put your pedals on there, put the wheel on here. Is this powder coated or is it just paint? So now I need to figure out how it all goes together. There we go. I've moved the camera in order for me to get a wider shot of me assembling the product. Now I do need to look up some reference photos. So there's all of that set up, I think, and I'm left over with all of these and those that I put on that box, which makes me think I've forgot to do something, but I don't know what. So what I'll do is I'll tidy up a little bit and then I'll get to putting the G27 actually on this. So I've moved the box, I've got it laying on its side here, and now I'm going to attempt to mount my G27 to it. Right, there's the wheel. Well, it's all mounted to it, but I've got some screws left over, so I'm going to finish putting more screws into the base of the pedal. So here is the GT Omega with the G27 mounted to it, all folded up, and how it is stored. And as you can probably see, it balances perfectly on its end with the version 2 shifter, which is that one. And I find that the fact that it stands up on its end, it makes it really easy to store because, well, it just balances. But I will just say, even though I do store it vertically like it is at the moment, I do have it rested up against something just in case it were to fall so that it doesn't fall. But yes, I find it's quite... It's like... I don't really know how to explain it, but I wasn't expecting it to balance on its end like it does. And you see, you can push it whichever way you want, just balance it, not touching it obviously, and it just balances. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up how I would normally set it up when I'm using it. So now when I want to use it, all I need to do is set it up like I've just shown you, and then plug the AC power into this power brick, and then plug this USB into my computer, and then it'll go through its boot up process, and then, well, it's set up. And yes, I know these are wound around the wheel. I need to think of a better place to put this power brick, because I don't like how it's just hanging. The reason why I initially mounted shifter version 1 was because I didn't know which shifter mount I would prefer the feel of. So in the time lapse I installed shifter version number 1 and tested that out, and now as you see there's a shifter mount version 2 on it, and that's because after my comparisons, in my opinion, the shifter mount version 2 feels more comfortable and more natural to me. And it's on the left, because it's not on the right, it's on the left because I live in the UK and we drive on the left hand side of the road, therefore the shifter is to the left of the driver. Okay, the same as in Japan and Australia, and probably a few other parts of the world that I can't think of at the time of this recording. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut back to some gameplay that I recorded the other day when I first set the wheel and wheel stand up, because I'm recording this clip the following day. And I recorded the gameplay yesterday, so I'm going to play that for you now. So that is it for this video. There was the unboxing and assembly of the GTO Mega wheel stand, and also the installation of my G27 to the wheel stand with a bit of Life for Speed gameplay at the end. It was more aimed at me using the wheel with the wheel stand instead of just focusing on the gameplay. But like I said, that is it for this video, so thank you for watching and I shall see you in the next video.